Hi everybody, my name is Mike Tomorrow and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic I'm going to be talking about is dealing with the police and authority and whatever, the law, per se. Police officers have a right to be on the roads and to be in our communities to protect and serve their communities. They are there to do law and order. They are not there to make enemies. They are not there to make friends. They are not there to give anybody a hard time unless the occasion arises. Many people with autism or Asperger's are nervous when they come to a police officer. And many of them get worried what's going to happen, They get nervous. Now, in my past years, my past 29 years, I have known people who are cops. I know people who are security guards. I know people, who help protect and serve the communities that they serve, And, they're only doing their job, I know it can be hard sometimes to deal with them, but they're there to, like I said, to help protect and serve the communities that they serve and protect. Now, last week, I was traveling back home from the camping club meeting. And I was in the left lane, right? And obviously I didn't get into the other lane. Then I noticed that I saw cop lights on. So I was like trying to pull over. I was trying to pull over just in case the cop needed to go through. Obviously, I was like, I eventually got into the brake lane. No, the cop was still behind me. So, I was nervous. And, because I wasn't sure what did I do wrong. I wasn't speeding. I was carefully driving. I wasn't using my phone while driving. And I learned that lesson from 2 months ago, or almost 3 months now. I wasn't doing anything wrong. And then the cop came up to me and told me that I was in the left lane for like 3 or 4 miles and needed to be in the right lane. And I was like nervous because I wasn't doing anything wrong. And I was afraid knowing what was going on because I didn't do anything wrong, and yet I got pulled over for this. And then the cop could tell I was nervous. He was asking me what was wrong, what's wrong, and I was telling him I was tired and I was nervous and I was worried. And then he also asked me what medical conditions I had, and I told him I had Asperger syndrome, which is part of autism. And I know that he did say something before he did go back to his car and check out my license, that he was not going to give me a ticket. And I was very thankful for that. I gave him my license, and and then once he came back, I was free to go, So, and I managed to stay in the right lane the rest of the night while traveling back home, But I was so nervous. Anybody can feel nervous when they get pulled over by the police, It happens to mostly everybody, There was another time that I got pulled over by the police, and I was going to meet up a friend, and this time I was speeding. And I was so nervous on what was going on. You know, I was going like 20 miles more than the speed limit. And then the cop was asking me what was wrong then too. He took my license and registration at that point. The other cop that pulled me over last week did not ask for a registration. He just asked for my driver's license. But anyways, back to the story I was telling. You know, he was taking my license and registration and checking me through, see if I was okay, and, you know, he just gave me a warning. I was very lucky that he just gave me a warning because it would have cost a lot more money if he gave me a ticket. Now, let me just say, there was another incident that happened where the police was involved, actually the sheriff's office in this case, and that was my accident almost 3 months ago. And now they were just trying to be helpful, you know, and I'm very glad that they came when they did, because otherwise I'd been stuck there, you know. I was so scared and so upset. I was so shooken up. I didn't know how to control my feelings, you know, but I'm glad that the officer did come to help me out, you know. And I told him I had Asperger syndrome and all that. And then when we got to the towing yard where my car was towed to, he gave me a citation. And I'm like, I can't, and I tried to tell him I cannot afford this, you know. But I thought it over and I decided to do the driving school so that the points could be taken off the license. And I'm glad I did do that, because otherwise the points would have been on my license still, you know. And that's one good instance right there where a cop is helping you out. You know, even though you might not agree with the fine like I was, he later on, when I was doing some thinking, maybe he was right in giving me a citation, you know, because I probably did deserve it for using a phone while driving. Well, that's not the main reason, you know, it was careless driving, but still, using a phone while driving. It's not illegal in Florida. You know, it's legal to use a phone while driving. And yet, you know, I was trying to figure that out, you know, but it caused emotions for me, and I was shooken up, so, yeah, I didn't drive that much afterwards, you know. I'm hoping to go back on the road slowly and get my driving up to date here, you know. So, now I gotta also tell you a story that happened to me on my way back to Florida, on my way back home from the Outer Banks. Now, I was traveling down 95 in South Carolina, and then I saw his car pull over, and his car skidding over to the ditch on the side of the road. I saw it happen, so I pulled over, checked to make sure the driver was okay, and I didn't realize that he had 3 children with him. And I asked him if he had a cell phone, and he did not have a cell phone at the time, so I was like the one that had to call 911 for him, because I didn't know the South Carolina patrol number. You know how states have patrol numbers like star 77 for Mass, star 347 for Florida. There's a few others. You know, so I called 911, and the sheriff's office did come, and I told them my story, and I told them what happened, and they were very thankful that I pulled over. They considered me a hero for stopping and checking out to making sure they were okay and all that. They still took my name and address down and my phone number just in case anything were to happen. But, you know, I was very thankful that they let me stop and help them out, you know. And I even let the guy use my cell phone number, or let my guy use my cell phone to call his friends and tell him and let him know that he was okay and all. So that was a good instance where law enforcement was able to help out. You know? But anyways, law enforcement, you need to respect them, and they'll respect you back. You know, don't give them lame excuses, you know? They're there to help serve and protect, you know? And you can't call them if it's not an emergency, you know? If it's an emergency, yeah, that's what they're there for, you know? But still, they're there to help and protect. They're not there to cause anybody any problems. You may watch cops and see these guys, you may see these cops trying to arrest a guy and arrest this girl and arrest them and, you know, causing the people problems. But that's their job. They need to do that to take them off the streets, you know? Like, the guy, like, there might be a guy that says, oh, I'm doing nothing, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. But yet, you know, they caught him in a lie, and they'll arrest him, you know? Those people are the bad guys. You know, you have nothing to worry about if you're not doing anything wrong. If you do something wrong, then you worry. But most of the time, if you stay out of trouble, they'll help you. You know? Don't let them get to you. They're only there to help serve and protect. And they're only there to help you out. And if you help them out, they'll help you out. If you lie to them, then things are going to change. They'll maybe write you a citation, they'll maybe arrest you, and, you know, depending on the severity of the case. You know? So, please, help the police out and stay out of trouble. Help the police out, and when they ask you questions, answer them truthfully. You know? Don't be scared. You have nothing to fear about unless you did something wrong. You know? That is the advice I want to give you. And hopefully you can follow that advice throughout. You know? I want to thank you for watching this. And please stay safe out there for me. Thank you.